Well, our first night on the Finca, lovely it was. We had a proper deep sleep, only to be rudely awakened about 1:30 this morning by this mad rhythmic noise, and we had no idea what it was.
It sounded to me like the door from the lounge where the cats are confined at the moment. We'd
Trying
put
to
a big
burst
bag
the way
of
out.
food behind the door, and it sounded as if they were trying to push the door open. That kind of sound, and oh dear. Not good.
And you got up, didn't you?
Yeah.
So we flushed the loo, like you do. It stopped, and then it started again, and then it stopped again. So I figured it was something to do with the water.
Yeah.
So and eventually it stopped completely, and that was it.
And that was it.
Sleep continued, lovely sleep in our lovely comfortable bed.
And then I got up
total silence
to switch the light on, and we got no lights. So I was like, what's going on? I know we've had a couple of dull days and we had rain yesterday, but it shouldn't be, we should at least have a light.
So yeah, this morning I thought I knew it was something to do with the water because it stopped when we flushed the loo, and then it's had to stop. And I thought it was just because we've got a few pipes that aren't clipped in fully, the kind of long runs that are just suspended awaiting attention. And I thought it was just one of those that either expanding or contracting with the changes. So I thought I'll have a look this morning. So I had a little dig about, and I couldn't really see anything. It all looks pretty good. And then it started doing it again. And I'm like, it's that noise again. It's that noise. And I went into the where the pump is in the workshop, and the pump was running, but it was like pulsating, which was the exact pulsating noise. And I was just like absolutely lost. And it turns out there was a tiny weep on the pump where the pipe comes out of the pump. The tiniest, it hadn't even made a puddle, it was that small, but it was just enough because it was right on the pump to get the pump just slightly pulsating, and it couldn't pressure up properly. So that's solved, it's now fixed. I'll show you in a minute what I had to do. Anyway, all fun and games, so we should be good.
I've got to dash off now back down the valley, as you like. Down the valley. Got a customer coming at midday, and I've got loads of clearing out to do still. We just brought the bare essentials yesterday. The main thing was getting the cats installed. So busy day for me.
Yeah, same t-shirt on as yesterday.
Yeah. I bought underwear but forgot clean t-shirts, so never mind. And hopefully Andy's going to put me a bit more worktop in the utility room because...
Yeah, and again, priorities now. The floor, we put those boards down you saw in the bedroom, and it's absolutely fine, isn't it? It works perfectly. Great night sleep. Totally silent here. It's beautiful. No cars, no traffic, no... What are them mad birds, peacocks they had down there. It's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, we need a bit of worktop in the utility room, so I've got some big boards, so I'm gonna try and get that in, and maybe a bit more of the bedroom floor. But yeah, you say when you live here, you find out what you need, and we're just gonna do it as we need it.
We need it, absolutely. So I'm gonna crack on, down there.
Yeah, we're all gonna crack on, get some stuff done.
And we'll catch you later.
This is the offending item. It had a tiny weep from this joint here where the plastic meets the brass, and even I've had the pipe off, and you can see how little water there is there now. It was just enough to send it pulsing, which obviously pulsing through the pipes, which woke us up. It's holding up now. It's on 4.2 bar. It's been there for well over an hour now, so yeah, we think we've cured it. I wouldn't mind, it's been in for over 2 years and we've never had an issue with it. But hey, onwards and upwards. So Sharon's asked me to put a worktop on here over the washing machine. We've just got a little tiny bit over here at the minute, and it's not working. So I say we'll prioritise as we need things and get it into a livable state. We thought we were kind of there, but without a worktop you can't do a lot of work. So that's what I'm going to do today. Right, so what I've done, the one on the back was already there, that's level. I've fixed this one to here and I've clamped it up there, so that's level. You can't have too many clamps, you know. I've clamped, I know that's square because it's a factory cut. So I've clamped that across that corner to make sure that's square. I've levelled this front up just by packing it up here. There's a lovely clearance for the washing machine there, perfect. And then I'm going to clamp another piece on this corner so I know that that's dead square. Then I can fix this one across here, if that makes sense. We're getting there with it, it's getting there. I'm going to usually put some big legs, and I've got some longer pieces of this under each, one under there and one under that side there. But we'll get to that in a bit. The problem I've got at the moment, the top I've got for it, is in the room where all the cats are locked in. And I can't get it out on my own because it'll just make a mass escape and mass rush for the door. So I'll have to wait till Sharon gets back to get that out. But in the meantime, I can get this framework done. Right, the frame's in, 2 big chunky legs. I'm probably going to put another leg here down the side of the washer, and probably one at the back to match up with this one. Line the back, line the sides, make a corner cupboard. Not sure yet whether we have drawers or shelves or whatever. I'll have to speak to the boss, but she's not here at the minute. But yeah, that's done. All we've got to do now is cut the top. As I said before, the top's in there where the cats are. I've got it by the door, so if I can catch them all asleep and dozy, I should be able to sneak it out without them making a run for it. Oh, we'll have a go. Well, that's the result. I've got it out and it's on the trailer bench. I'm just going to cut it with the circular saw, mark it and cut it. I'm just going to clamp a little piece of wood there just to take the weight when I get to that end, because I don't have an assistant today. There we go. Now the other way. So that's going to cross with the trailer. Make sure we're not going to chop the trailer up. Where's this bit of wood? Here it is. Same again. Okay, let's go and see if it fits. That's pretty good. It's pretty square. Just going to screw it down. Probably give it a coat of varnish after. The rest of it we can sort out. So it's only temporary. Well, it just gets us operational, more operational than we are. Let's fire a few of these in here. Lovely. How many? I don't know. I managed to get the lid off the varnish, so we're going to give it a couple of coats to keep it clean and stop anything that might get spilt on it soaking into it. It's all a bit primitive and a bit temporary, but you've got to do what you do in it. So we'll get more on the floor. There we go. I'll carry on with this. There we go, that's done. I don't know if you can see on there, it's all nice and shiny, all sealed. I've even washed my brush out. Fantastic, happy days. Been good today. We've had a few points raised recently about putting LEDs under insulation in the floor. A lot of people say it's a fire hazard and stuff. We're running 230 volt 5 watt LEDs, 0.02 amps. They don't get hot, they certainly don't get hot enough to start a fire, so I'm now conducting an experiment for the good of LED and just to put people's minds at rest. Now, having said that, this doesn't apply to other LED lights, to 12 volt systems, etc., systems with heat sinks and stuff. This is just, ours are just purely downlights, 5 watt, 230 volt downlights. So they've been on for an hour now. The temperature, I took a temperature of them at half an hour, after 30 minutes, and they were around 35 to 36 degrees each bulb. On the surface of the bulb and upstairs I've lifted the insulation underneath them as well, and it's a very similar temperature. In fact, the actual cap that the bulb screws into was lower than that. So we'll have a look. I'm going to switch them off and then take the temperature instantly before we give them a chance to cool off. Okay, so it's been an hour. I've literally just turned them off. I've got my digital thermometer, right, 35.8, can you see that? That one. This next one is right in the centre of the bulb, move it around the bulb. 34.2. The actual ceiling is 22.5, so they're 12 degrees warmer than the ambient surroundings. That one's 34.9, 35.3, 35.6 there, 5, 6. Can you make that out on the thing? Right, I'll just go upstairs and see what they're like. I'll pull the insulation up and see what they're like up there. So under the insulation you can see the light there. The cap is 27.6 and the actual bulb itself is 31. So they reach the temperature in about 5 to 10 minutes, about 36, 35 degrees. Half an hour later they were still the same temperature. An hour later they were still 35 degrees. I don't think they're even 36. So, you know, obviously I appreciate so much everyone's concerns. I wouldn't want to do anything that would, you know, causes danger or risk. But hopefully I've allayed that. Like I say, this doesn't apply to other LEDs with heat sinks or low voltage LEDs, but just these particular 12 volt, 5 watt, 12 volt, 230 watt, 5 watt, 230 volts, 5 watt downlight LEDs. Anyway, Sharon's back now. She approves of the new worktop.
Yes, very nice.
There you go. She's got a ton of stuff in the car to fill the fridge freezer, so we can get that going now as well. So we're going to drag all that lot in, and yeah, I'm sure you're not even interested in seeing that. So we're going to call it a day for today. We've still got a load to bring in. We hope you've enjoyed today's video. We've covered a few things, haven't we? We've done a bit as well with home improvements. If you have enjoyed it, please consider subscribing. If you want to keep up with our progress and not miss any of our videos, click the little bell when you subscribe and select all. This will ensure you get notified every time we upload a video. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.